Good morning, children. Welcome back to physics class. Let's start and continue the lesson heat. The last class I have told you about introduction. What about three types of heat transfer: conduction, convection, and radiation. Today we are going to learn a little more in detail. Before we go into the class and learn about these heat transfer methods, let's quickly recollect what we have learned up to now. We have learned what is hot and cold, what is the temperature, what is a thermometer, what are the different types of thermometers that are there, what is the thermometer that is used to measure human body temperature, that is the clinical thermometer, different types of clinical thermometers like mercury thermometer, digital thermometer, and infrared thermometers which measure the human body temperature. What precautions are need to be taken while using a clinical thermometer? Especially the mercury thermometer. And why mercury is only preferred as a liquid in thermometer, that we have learned there. Then we have learned about the other type of thermometer, that is the laboratory thermometer, how to measure the laboratory thermometer, how to read a laboratory thermometer, what precautions need to be taken while using a laboratory thermometer, also we have learned. Then we have learned little bit about the maximum minimum thermometer, which is used for weather forecast, that is to measure the maximum and minimum temperature of the day by the meteorological department. What is used, that we have learned. Up to there we have learned. In the previous class I have given you a little bit of introduction about the types of heat transfer. Okay, so today we are going to learn in this particular video about conduction, of the first type of heat transfer, that is conduction. What conditions are required? What is meant by conduction? Conduction is a method of heat transfer in solids where the molecules do not show any movement. There is no molecular movement. The molecules remain in their place, but then there is a heat transfer that happens. And this is the mode of heat transfer in solids. Okay. All metals are good conductors of heat. That's why for all the devices where heat is used, whether it is an iron box or whether it is a pressure cooker or whether it is a frying pan, or all these are all made up of metals. They are not made up of wood or plastic. They are all made up of metals. Okay, because only they are good conductors of heat. And their handles are made up of insulators. Either it is a bakelite or plastic. So that they can be, bakelite is also a special type of plastic or sometimes wood, so that they can be handled without being burned, without our hands being burned. Okay. So in our day-to-day life we make use of both conductors and insulators also. Let's learn now how does conduction take place. What is meant by conduction? If there are two conditions that are required, if heat has to be transferred by conduction, two things are important. One, the two ends of the object has to be in contact. Suppose if it is, I want the heat to be transferred. This is one metallic rod and this is another metallic rod. Suppose I keep both of them at a distance. Can heat be transferred between these two? Only heat be transferred when these two are in contact. Suppose if I take, this is a metallic container. Okay, this is one container. And then this is another container. These two I have it. But then if heat has to be, this is very hot. Suppose if heat has to transfer, if this is in contact with the heat and if heat has to be transferred, if these two are at a particular distance, can by conduction, maybe by radiation it will, by conduction heat can be transferred from this end to this end. No, it cannot be transferred. Unless if these two are in contact like this, can heat be transferred? Yes. Okay, so if heat has to be transferred, both the containers have to be in contact with each other. Both the ends has to be in contact. The two objects has to be in contact for conduction. That is the first condition. The second one is their temperature has to be different. If both the ends have the same temperature, okay, suppose if heat is conducted from one end to the other end, and if both the ends have the same temperature, will there be transfer of heat by conduction? No, there will not be any transfer of heat by conduction. If heat has to be transferred by conduction, both the ends also should have a difference in temperature, and then the flow of heat will be from hot end to cooler end. The flow of heat is from hotter end to cooler end. Okay, that is conduction. And let's